Hey guys, this is Mosquito, also known as Chris. We got Stu, Nubosaurus. What do we have here? I'm gonna let you say the name.
I have no idea how to say the name. Do you have any idea?
Anidées? I don't do French, German, Dutch. It's that.
And ideas. Ideas from you.
AI crystal.
The AI crystal. Alright. It looks a lot like some other popular cases right now.
It looks like a lot of popular cases right now.
Of course, in Win, there's so tempered glass front, no drive bays on the front at all. Tempered glass side panels as well, held on by thumb screws.
Yep.
Let's see.
It's got a vented side on the front panel as well, which is a little bit different from the Inwin. Ha! Didn't drop it. So it's got the tempered glass front, but it's also got a bezel.
And like a pop out like NZXT has done with their like H440, S340.
But this is not removable without some force and probably some heat.
Hammer.
So yeah, there you go. Actually, I have a glass breaking thing on the end of my knife.
Let's try it out.
Is this really tempered?
What did you say earlier in regards to the glass?
Oh, well, in need of airflow, break glass. You're all set.
Good luck modding this, by the way.
There you go. There's about one way too, and it doesn't go back on.
But yeah, so it's nice that there's a little bit more airflow with it, though.
Yeah. Filtered front, magnetic. You got the floppy filter. These are awesome. I think up top too. Comes with 3 140 millimeter fans in the front with mounting for 3 120s as well. Up top, there's 3 120s or looks like 2 140s.
Looks like it, yeah. There's no slot for the third one.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see that they're slotted as well. So
yeah, you get a little adjustment if you need it.
If you need to play with radiators.
Then up top you got USBs, power reset, headphones, and fan controller speed. There's a built-in fan controller which we will see shortly. So that's always nice.
Moving around to the back, you have room for mounting a 120 or a 140. It comes pre-installed with a 140. So this thing actually comes pretty well loaded with fans. I mean, you get 4 140 millimeter fans. That's not bad. I mean, especially for, what is this retail? 129?
Yeah, 129. So yeah, keep that in mind. 129 for the case, which is ridiculous for
what you're getting.
Yeah, for all the glass, you get 4 fans.
But we'll show you that later. So anyway, you've got the standard arrangement. You've got, your 7 PCIe slots. I don't
bracket thing that no one likes.
I don't get it. I mean, I get it. But it's yeah.
You know what we want? We want right here. We want the vertical GPU mount.
There you go.
Instead of this, we want vertical GPU mount.
Because they got the space for it.
Get rid of this. Get the vertical GPU mount. Listen, you listen to our ideas. Listen.
Exactly.
And then, I mean, that's pretty much it on the back. You have
So on the H440, it had that removable mount for the power supply, which when I first looked at the case is like, okay, this is like a little kitschy and I don't understand why. But after you install or build in a case that has, so it has a built-in shroud on the inside. After you've built in a case like that, that removable bracket to take the power supply out and mount it, so nice.
Yeah.
Because you don't really have room for your hands inside the case, especially if you don't have a modular power supply and you can't take the cables out. So, I like that bracket that NZXT did. That's we're missing something. We don't know what.
Maybe if you have a fan that has a built-in speed switch or light switch, or you want to put some lights in your case, there's a cutout right there for your switch. And then you also have 2 kind of antiquated through ports for water cooling because that's a thing still,
Yeah.
apparently.
But you have your filters over the top of the fans you put on the outside. I don't know why. Why do people do that? All right. Oh, well, nice filter power supply.
Kind of small. I don't know. I haven't looked too much. I don't know if there's a fan on the bottom, so we might as well take a look at that now.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, so that answers that question. You do have a filter for your power supply, but that's it as far as your fan mountings on the bottom go. So you don't
Looks like
have anything else.
hard drive mount.
It does look like
It's a
that.
little narrow for that,
Yeah.
though, isn't it?
Not if you mount the drive would go this way.
There you go.
So that's my guess as to what that would be. It
Yeah.
only comes with 2 of these. I'm assuming there's probably a bag or box somewhere that has more parts, but pretty bare bones bottom.
Yeah.
Square feet.
Bare bones feet.
Yeah.
Gets the job done.
Grommets look the same as Inwind.
They do, yeah. It's nice. They have these little rubber washers on the inside of the screw. I know we complained about that at one of the cases. I think it was the D-frame Mini, maybe, where you're putting that side
Grind.
panel back on there and you start hearing that, and you're just like, oh, I don't want to do that anymore.
So, glass off.
Heavy glass.
Heavy glass. thick
Yeah, the
glass.
case definitely has a different feel when you have both side panels off and the front, because all that glass weighs a bit.
So power supply shroud. Awesome for cable hiding.
Pop riveted in, not screwed in.
Pop riveted in. All that. Well, that's it's reality. There's always drills. There's drills, people.
$130.
Yes, at least.
This one looks pretty easy.
Nice.
It's just
All right.
so. This is your little cable shroud. There's 2 little tabs on the bottom and then a thumb screw at the top that holds this on. So there's not a whole lot of room to route cables behind the motherboard tray, which we'll show you in a little bit. But one of the things that they did is they have a cutout on the front here, so that passes through, and then this allows you to hide it. So if you want to run all your cables through there, and then you can,
You just
connect
all
them to
kind
the
of plug it
motherboard.
into the edge of the
Yeah.
board, and you don't see a lot.
yeah. So that should hide your SATA, probably your 24 pin. Though that might be. It depends on where that is on the board.
There's also a grommet coming out of the power supply shroud too, if you have stuff depending on where you need to go.
It'd be kind of nice to see another one, but I understand that all your drives, your 2, 3.5 inch drives, are mounted on the inside of that. So let's flip that around and show you the other side.
Checking out the back, we've got 3.5 inch drive mounts there.
And it looks like this plate is screwed in on the inside here and then on the bottom.
Yep. So you could take that out.
So you can take these out if you want a little bit more
Have the
space.
space. Which, with all your cables, depending on the length of your power supply, if you have a long power supply, you probably will need to take that out.
Yeah,
It's just going to make your life a lot easier.
especially if it's modular, since they have a tendency to need a little bit
They
more
add
space.
length. Yeah, here. I'll get this out. So for cable management, you don't have a lot of space here, and you've got a glass panel on this side. So if you do a sloppy job with your cabling, you're gonna notice if you ever look on this side of your case. So, I mean, best way is gonna be to route everything up here. Here's that little shroud. Come in this way, or here, or up this grommet in the bottom. Come in. You're not really gonna want to have cables in that part of the case.
So this is an example of one of those super long power supplies you're talking about. What
Yeah.
is that, 9.5 inches long?
Good lord. I don't even know.
It's only 500 watt. That's the
700.
Wow.
But anyway, so if you're going to use a power supply like this,
Good God.
that's kind of what we were talking about. So if you're gonna,
This is not the case for you then.
no.
if you're gonna be doing like one of those 12, 14, 1500 watt power supplies, yeah, good luck. You're just gonna have to remove that bracket and yeah. But anyway, what we were talking about is if you're gonna try and mount an SSD with one of these power connectors that's in the middle of the chain,
You run into issues.
Yeah.
you might have problems with that bit of wire that sticks out because
Oh,
there's not a lot of space there.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind that you may need to get either adapters that are
Just the straight.
the
just
push-in style
Yeah.
pins, or just use the end ones
Yeah.
every time. So kind of a bummer. Not a whole lot you can do about that except for just make the case
Yeah.
more room on the other side. But
So yeah, fan controller right there.
yep. So this is connected to the switch up on top, and it looks like it's got room for 5 fans. One of them being the power that runs in. So that's kind of nice, especially at this price point.
I wonder if this is long enough. I know like other manufacturers like NZXT will give you extensions to reach. I don't know if this would be long enough to reach that, but it's something you may want to consider.
All right, so you have this little raceway of sorts of for your cables, and they included these Velcro straps. So it's kind of nice. I mean, it's a little touch of premium right there. It's not a whole lot of other space to route cables though.
No, that's like your one avenue to go.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Stu?
I think it's a pretty decent case for $130.
If you want the
If
premium,
you want the glass deal,
Yeah.
if you want the premium look without
the premium
the
price.
premium price, hey,
I think the biggest thing about this case is the price point with all the tempered glass. Like,
yeah,
if you like that look, but you don't necessarily want to spend $250, $300,
right. This is gonna be
it's a pretty solid case for that amount of money. Like
Yeah.
$130, when we're reviewing it anyway, $130. It's pretty solid.
yeah, and it's got like the built-in shroud, so you're gonna get a clean inside of the case. Whether you have to try pretty hard to get a sloppy build with like all the shrouding. That's coming in a case like this.
Yeah, and you should, if you want to water cool, you should be able to fit a 360 in the front. A 360 in the top might get a little tight depending on the radiator,
Yeah.
just because your screws are going from there to here, so you might not end up with enough room for the plenum on the end of it. But again, that'll depend on the radiator
Yeah.
more than anything.
If you're gonna go all in one route, this is a great case for that.
That'll be pretty easy. Yeah.
You could just keep the 140s in the front, 140 in the rear, put your all-in-one blowing out the top, and you're ready to go.
All right, so that was our quick look at the AI Crystal case. Be sure to check back at themodzoo.com. We'll have a full article review soon, or already out, depending on when you watch this.
Now, if you have any ideas about the case and want to post a comment, feel free, and check back on the Zoo YouTube for more content and modzoo.com.
Thanks for watching.